What's going on, everybody? My name is the Tater Chip, and today on this special episode of Tater Talks, we are going to be doing a tier maker on some of the best well-known chips out there on the market. One of the most popular questions I get from viewers of my content is, what is your favorite type of chip? Because obviously the name is the Tater Chip, and they must think that I have a lot of interest in chips, and I do. So we're going to go ahead, and I got a list here of 48 different types of chips, and we're going to rank each and every one of them. Let's get into it. Here we got 48 different types of chips, and the way that we classify them is S tier, eat the whole bag. A tier, it's very good. B, it's just okay. C, meh, take it or leave it. F is totally trash. And the last but not least is never had them. I ensured that the ones that are on this list are ones that I have had every single one of at some point or another, so I have an opinion. But if you're going to go ahead and do this, and in the description, I'm going to include a link to this tier maker, so that way you can do it yourself. If you've never had one of them, you can simply put it in the last category. So let's do this. First off, we have Dutch Crunch. Dutch Crunch is it's kind of like a kettle cooked chip, almost very crunchy, very crispy. And you know I like my crisp. I do like crispiness. And they have a bunch of different flavors, but here we just have the original one. I'm going to go ahead and put Dutch Crunch, because I do like the crispier types of chips. I like kettle cooked. I like all that kind of stuff. We'll get into that later. But I think I'm going to put this here in very good. It's not like a big name brand. Like, it's not like everybody's ever had these chips before. But if you ever see them in like a deli or a supermarket, I highly recommend trying them. They are very good. They are very good. Next but not least, we got Hawaiian. We got Hawaiian chips. I find these a lot of like Five Belows. They're not available in a lot of supermarkets, but they are available in some stores. So they have a bunch of different flavors, but the Hawaiian chips, they kind of remind me of like a vegetable chip, but like they're sweet. They're sweet for sure. I think Hawaiian chips, oh, this is rough. I think I'm going to have to put this in very good as well. I think I'm going to have to put this in very good, because I don't think I wouldn't eat a whole bag in a sitting, because sometimes they're not like that savory. Like, they're just a little bit sweet and salty, which I'm down with, but some people aren't. I know that. But for me, I think I can eat a couple of handfuls of them and be done. I wouldn't like house the whole bag. I think that's where I'm going to go on that one. Hers is a brand of potato chips that only like originates out of Pennsylvania, the United States. So I guarantee a lot of people watching this video are going to have no idea what the heck Hers are. And that is okay. I included it on this list because Hers is one of my favorite brands of regular potato chips. So I am putting this easily in the S tier. I could definitely eat a whole bag of like regular sized potato chips. Not like a family size, but I can eat a whole bag of Hers potato chips. They are very thin. They're pretty crispy. They almost like melt in your mouth. They're that good. And it's not overly salty. You know, have some chips that are like overpoweringly salty, like it dries your mouth out. That is not these. I like these because they're very, very thin. And they're very good. Next up, we got Joe chips. These are one of those chips you can find potentially in like a deli or something. One of like those specialty stores. Trader Joe's. They're inside of Trader Joe's. So I think Joe chips are interesting because they have a lot of different flavors. It's one of the only brands that has like sweet potato chips that I found. There's some sweet potato chips out there, but they do it really, really well. And that's why I included it in this picture here. It's sweet potatoes Joe chips, but they're sea salt ones. They're cheddar. They're dill. All of those are incredible. Easily gonna put that in S tier. Joe chips are top tier, definitely. And I'm not just saying that because my name is Joe, although it is a factor. All right, we got kettle cooked chips here. So there's a lot of different brands that do kettle cook. Like I know like Ruffles does kettle cooked. I think like Panera Bread has their kettle cooked chips. They have Lay's kettle cooked chips. There's so many different ones out there that do kettle cook, but Kettle brand I think does it the best. They go above and beyond, and it doesn't taste stale. Because sometimes you can have a kettle cooked chip, and it's like, this tastes old. It tastes too hard, and it's hard to crunch through. But this is not the case for Kettle. I think it nails it perfectly. So I'm going to have to put Kettle in the S tier as well. Definitely going to have to put it up there in the S tier. Next, we got Lay's Dill Pickle Chips. So you're going to notice that throughout this whole thing, I have a lot of different Lay's flavors. And I try to keep it to brand names, but Lay's has some really popular chips that are just well known throughout the entire world. So I had to include several different ones. And in my Discord, I allowed my community to be able to tell me their favorite kind of chip. And that is where this came from. Somebody's favorite chip is dill pickle Lay's chip. So we're going to go ahead and rank it. I would say that Lay's dill is just okay. It's just okay. because I think there's some brands out there that do dill pickle chips better. It doesn't have a lot of seasoning on it. It still just tastes like a regular Lay's potato chips, and they just kind of like put a little bit of seasoning on there to make it taste like dill. Sometimes you can get a chip out of the bag that doesn't taste like dill pickles at all, and that puts me off pretty hard. And so, like, I don't know. And also, it tastes like a very chemically dill. Like, it doesn't taste like authentic dill pickle chips like some of the other ones on this list, and we're gonna get that into a moment. Specifically with Miss Vicky's, which is up next. So this is Miss Vicky's malt vinegar and salt. So this is salt and vinegar chips. And I gotta say, I typically don't like salt and vinegar chips. I don't know why. Like, to me, like, I know some people love them. I can eat a couple of them, and then after that, I'm done. Because after you have so many salt and vinegar chips, it tastes like your mouth hurts. Your mouth hurts. Your lips hurt and everything. There's just too much going on there. And it's very acidic. Get like heartburn and everything. I love Miss Vicky's chips, but we're gonna have to put salt and vinegar for me down in the C, the meh column, because I just don't like that flavor. Some people love it, and I get that, but I wouldn't say it's trash. For like salt and vinegar chips, it's probably one of the better ones, but it's just not for me. It's just not for me, chap. All right, we got jalapeno chips. Miss Vicky's jalapeno chips. My God, this has got to be one of my favorite types of chips out there. I love jalapenos. I love the spice that comes from it. It tastes good. It tastes like homemade chips. And every single time I get one of these bags, it's always fresh. Like I feel like it's always fantastic. I know like Jersey Mike's always has these on their rack there. There's a lot of them in like convenience stores. They're not really a lot in supermarkets, but they're a lot in like smaller delis and stuff. I always have to get a bag whenever I get a sandwich at a deli because they're so good. Hands down, jalapeno Miss Vicky's going in the S tier. Going in the S tier. Next up for Miss Vicky's, and the last one from them, I think, is their spicy dill. This is definitely one of the dill chips that goes above and beyond what Lay's can provide. So for that reason, we're going to put it one up, and it's going to be very good. The A tier. It has to be. Miss Vicky's, all the chips they have, fire. Absolute fire. They're so good. They're great. Highly recommend them if you haven't tried them yet. Next up is going to be Old Dutch. I know the name kind of cut off the top there, but this is Old Dutch dill pickle. And we're just going to kind of talk about Old Dutch as a whole brand, because I know a lot of people don't know what these are. They're very old style chips. Sometimes you may even find them in like a cardboard box, almost like a cereal box or something like that, and there'll be chips inside. They're definitely an older brand. And for that reason, they kind of are held to this standard if you ever find them, where they're very expensive. You're definitely going to have to pay for them more than any other chip probably on this list. I get it. They're good. They're just okay in my opinion. But because to factor in the price, like if you go on Amazon right now and you look up a bag of Old Dutch chips, guaranteed USD gonna be 15 bucks. That's outrageous for a bag of chips, like way too high. So I think because of the okay taste, the okay quality, and the really, really shitty price, I'm gonna have to put this down in trash. It's this trash. I'm so sorry. It really could be in like a B or C tier, but because of the price point and how expensive it is, it's going down an F. Our first F tier of this whole video. All right, next up, we're going to have to start getting into Pringles. We got 3 different Pringles here. I could have put so many Pringle flavors on this video, but I had to stop it at a certain point. So I put some well-known ones on there. First, we got hot and spicy. This is Pringles' take at a very spicy chip. And to be honest, the spice is a little lackluster. It's not that hot to me, but it is hot to some people, so it depends on your tolerance level. And to all these things I'm rating, it's just my personal preference. That's definitely something to note there. But I think overall, Pringle makes a good product. It's pretty good. It's hard to get my damn hand inside the jar. I can't fit my hand inside of the sleeve to get to the bottom of them. I have to like tip them over and start pouring them out that way. But having said that, I do think the hot and spicy is a decent flavor. It's just not as spicy as I would like it. So for that reason, we're going to go taking hot spicy, going to put it in the C tier. Meh. But, here is the holy grail of Pringles, in my opinion. Nostalgia at its highest point. Because I remember when I was a kid, pizza Pringles, and then they went away for a while. Then they came back, and now they're here to stay. Hopefully never go away again. Pizza Pringles are fire. They're so good. I know it doesn't taste like that much like pizza, but it does get that cheese. You get that sauce. You get a little bit of like the herbs and the spices from pizza. It does it really well. And for the nostalgia purpose alone, I can eat a whole sleeve of them for sure. That's got to go S tier. pizza Pringles are great. Now, for original Pringles, just like the OG, like, you know, just some salt and, you know, just a chip, they're good, but they're not great. I'm going to have to put these down in the B tier. I think Pringles are great. I think they have some good products, but the OG original Pringles just are okay. When you compare them to other chip brands out there, they're just all right. They stand their own, but they're not that far ahead. All right, we're going to get into Ruffles. Now, there's a lot of Ruffles flavors as too, but I'm going to get into the one cheddar. What is this? Cheddar and sour cream, I think it's called. The cheddar chips from Ruffles are so good. Probably one of the best cheddar flavors out there for chips, easily. And I know some people don't like Ruffles. They don't like the texture. But honestly, like, if I'm going to use like a regular potato chip and I'm going to dip it in something, like, you know, like a dip or something, I'm going for Ruffles. If I'm going salsa, I'm going Tostitos. So if I'm going to do regular dip, like a cheese dip or a French onion dip or something, we're going Ruffles. And 100% cheddar is so good. So I can have that whole bag easily and not even bat an eye. Sometimes you just like, I'm just eating them and I don't even realize how many I've gone through because they're just so good. The flavor is that good. I'm going to have to put these up in S tier as well. So good. All right, next we have Tater vegetable chips. This might be one of those that's like an organic aisle for you that maybe you've never came onto before. But I think in terms of like vegetable chips, like everybody knows the vegetable straws, but these are in a different brand of their own because like they're made from like the byproducts of vegetables themselves. And they have some cool colors to kind of like resonate with that. And I think they taste very fresh. They taste very good. And they have a lot less fat and like trans fat than a lot of these other chips would. So I think health-wise, great option, but the flavor is where it comes out. Like, these taste really good for a vegetable chip. And some vegetable chips are bland. These aren't at all. They're really good. I'm going to have to put them in A tier. I'm going to have to put them up here in A. We're getting into the Lay's here. The first one of the other Lay's here, the big one, the original Lay's potato chip. A staple for some people when they're talking about different best types of chips out there. Lay's original potato chips. And I gotta say, definitely it's better than Pringles, that's for sure. It's better than Pringles. So right now, automatically, since it's such a staple, since it's so well known, Lay's potato chips, it's gotta be SRA. And I'm trying to figure out here to myself, if I sat down and was watching a movie or something, would I be able to eat a whole bag of potato chips from Lay's original and not really realize that I did it? I don't think so. I don't think I would. I think some of the things that like put some of these S tier chips above and beyond is the flavoring. Hers is great because they're thin, and I think Lay's kind of gets similar to that, but hers is just better than Lay's. So I think for that reason, since they're better than Pringles, but not as good as hers original, I gotta put them in A tier. They're A tier chips, and I know some people are gonna be like, "Are you serious?" But it's true. They're just not as good as hers, and they're better than Pringles. So I'm going to put them in the A tier. Now we got Lay's ketchup. This is one of those things you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. Some people love ketchup, some people don't. Some people are going to be immediately turned off by it. I think ketchup chips are decent, but they're not my favorite. If I go into a store and I see a bunch of Lay's flavoring like this, it's not going to be my first, it's not going to be my second, it's not going to be my third choice. It may be one of my choices of like there's like nothing else left. Or if somebody's having like, you know, this has it out on their table and they're like, hey, you want a couple chips? I'm like, all right, I'll have a couple. But I'm definitely not going to have many. So I think for me, ketchup chips is going to be in the C tier, the med tier. It's one of those things like if it's available and it's there, I'll have a couple, but I'm definitely not going to go out of my way to buy it myself. And like I said, if you're a ketchup lover, you're going to love these chips. If you're not, you're going to hate them. It may even be in the F tier for you. So it depends on where you fall on that scale. Fritos, the original corn chips, man. Fritos have a near and dear place in my heart. I don't know why. Like, definitely has a little bit of nostalgia feel. I remember my dad always getting Fritos and having them, like, we were like watching like movies together late at night and stuff when I was growing up. Fritos has one of those, like, it has the corn chip taste. It's very salty, but it's not too salty. And I like a corn chip that does have some salt to it, because you ever have like a corn chip, like, you know, like a tortilla chip or something, and you bring it out of the bag and there's just no salt on it, and you're just so disappointed because it's kind of bland and it's kind of like cornmealy. I don't even know if that's like a good way to put it, but like it just tastes up like ground up stuff in your mouth with no flavor at all. And that doesn't happen to Fritos. I love corn chips, but I want it to be a little salty, and Fritos nails it. There's the Frito Scoops too. Frito Scoops are amazing as well if you ever want to dip it in something. But regular Fritos, I gotta put those in S. They're so good. They're so good. All right, next up is Munchos. Munchos is weird, man, because Munchos like isn't real potato chips, but they're very addictive. They're very addicting. Like you can go through some Munchos very quickly. And again, they have like that very thin thing, kind of like hers does in Lay's potatoes. Like they're just so thin they kind of melt in your mouth, and the taste is great. It's good. But I don't know a lot of people, like you gotta be in the mood for Munchos, because like I said, they're not real potato chips. They taste kind of like manufactured and just like there's something off about them. And I think you have to be in that mood of like, hey, I'm just chilling and I don't care how much I pig out right now. I'm gonna house this whole bag because I can. That's the mood you gotta be in for Munchos. Oh, this is hard. It's gonna be B or it's gonna be C. It's not trash. It's not trash, but it's not great either. Oh no. Oh man, it's so situational. I think I gotta put it in B. They're okay. They're just okay. I wouldn't say they're meh, but they're just okay. Now, Utz has a lot of different products as well. Like they get into pretzels, they get into chips, they get into some other things as well. Tons of flavors. I could have listed so many Utz flavors. Some of them are really great, some of them aren't. But I think again with this chip, it does some things great, and it does some things not great. And I believe they're gluten-free, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that's a good selling point to a lot of people. The flavor for me just isn't there. Like it's like a bland chip. It's like a very bland chip. And I feel like the quality assurance just isn't as good as some of the stuff that's up here in these two columns. So for that reason, I'm going to put it down in okay as well. Well, it says okay. I definitely could see myself buying one at the store if that was what I saw first and I didn't want to go down the aisle look for something better. And I wouldn't really care. And if like they were at like a party or something or a gathering or a barbecue or something, I would definitely have quite a few Utz and not be upset about it. So I'm going to go with that. We're going to put it in the B. Funyuns. Funyuns is an interesting one. It's like a chip that's like an onion ring and it's got like that good onion taste. I haven't had a Funyun in a while, but I remember like when I was a little bit younger, I did like was a teenager and into college and stuff. I did have like a Funyun kick for a while for like a month or two. And I ate a lot of Funyuns. It's not trash. I don't think they're meh either. They're a niche. They're a niche chip. And I think the niche that they are, they're very good for that niche. I almost don't even think they should be held to the same standard as like Lay's or hers or any of these Ruffles or anything like that because it's so different. So if I kind of like eliminate that from my mind, I'm going to have to say Funyuns is very good. Funyuns are pretty damn good. They're definitely tasty. Oh man, I'm gonna move this over. We're gonna do all three of these Doritos at the same time. Listen, okay, this is gonna cause some confrontation. I can feel it already, but we got to talk about the Doritos. There's one Dorito that goes above and beyond every other Dorito out there, whether we all want to admit it or not. Everybody has that one Dorito in mind. Some people hate Doritos entirely, and I understand because it's kind of weird. They kind of taste, like artificial. They kind of taste stale. But there's something about that flavor that keeps me coming back for more. Cool Ranch Doritos, for me, is number one Dorito out of all of them. I'm going to have to put this in S tier easily. Now we're down to the nacho cheese. How far down am I going to put the nacho cheese? Because to me, nacho cheese is just okay. It's all right, but is it trash? Is it trash? It tastes weird. I don't like that weird powdery cheese they got. Because sometimes you can reach into a bag of like Doritos and some of them have some dust on it. Some of them have no dust on it at all. And that can like ruin the whole bag if there's just not a lot of the dust of like the cheese. I'm going to put them in meh. I'm doing it. We're going down, not one, not two, but 3 different tiers for nacho cheese. They're just not that good. And I would never ever buy them because there's so many other better Doritos out there like Cool Ranch and Sweet Chili Heat. The chili Doritos are so good, man. I think for like a flavor like this that I don't think a lot of brands do well, Doritos has nailed it. And I think it deserves a very good. I think the purple bag, I think if you're in Canada, it's a different color than purple. I think the Sweet Chili Heat is a little like black bag or something. If I'm not mistaken, you can let me know in the comments below. But I think the spicy sweet chili's got to go in very good. It's got to be an A. It's got to. Doritos out of the way. Sun Chips is next up. Some people like Sun Chips, some people don't. They're very grainy. I kind of like that about them, if I'm being honest. The original Sun Chips, though, are just okay. I'm gonna put. I'm gonna put them in okay. I'm gonna put them okay. I don't think the original Sun chips are great. I don't think they're anything to write home about personally, but they're all right. But here we start getting down to some flavored ones. French onion or harvest cheddar, man. This is like a debate that's like everywhere. Like you ask somebody, and these are the two chips from Sun Chips they're gonna be argued about the most. Everybody knows original is okay, but these two, which one takes the crown? Because one of them has to be better than the other. They can't be the same. They're just not allowed in the chip world. And for me, I think French onion is crappier than harvest cheddar. Not by much, though, but a little bit. So I'm going to put French onion. I'm going to put French onion A. I'm going to put harvest cheddar at S. I think the harvest cheddar is just so good, man. They don't do the cheddar quite the same as Ruffles does because it's a different type of seasoning since it's harvest cheddar. But it's still really good. I think they're still great. We're getting down to Cheetos. I know a lot of people are going to say Cheetos are not chips. They're different. They're puffs. They're etc. But I had to put them in here because I need to make a point. I need to say something. I need to get it off my chest. Somebody else has to know how I'm feeling about these because I just can't keep it to myself any longer. Cheeto puffs are trash. They're trash. I'm tired of thinking they're not. I'm tired of believing this lie that they're not trash because you eat those puffs. Yeah, the cheese is all over your hands. That's with any Cheetos, though. But they're going to get stuck in your teeth. They're going to, like, compact into your teeth. And you got to, like, go, like, brush them immediately after. You got to get, like, a toothpick to get them out. It's just a mess. Like, they just form to your teeth. And it's just not a pleasant experience at all. I don't like it. And the flavor's fine, but it's the texture. The texture for me just isn't it. I hate when something sticks to my teeth like that. In the roof of my mouth and everything. I just don't like it. So for me, the crunchy Cheetos are going to go very good. Now, Flaming Hot Cheetos. A national sensation. An international sensation. What are we kidding? It's an international sensation. Flaming Hot Cheetos, man. It's got the spice. It's got the crunch of crunchy. It's got the cheesy flavor. This is easily an S tier product. Easily. Almost said chip. It's not a chip. But it's still damn good. S tier. Flaming Hot Cheetos. Always gonna have a place in my heart. I love them so much. I do. I absolutely do. Now we got Chester, the Cheeto fries. Cheeto fries are interesting because, like, it's a different shape, same texture kind of, but not as solid as crunchy, not as, like, solidified and dense as the crunchy ones. It's definitely not as chewy and puffy as the puffs. It's somewhere in the middle. And I do love the fries. I do love how convenient they are to be able to pick them up in the bag and just hold them like a regular French fry. Pop them on in. Got the same taste. I'm going to put these in okay, I think. I think I'm going to put them in okay. They're good. I would definitely go for them for sure. But if I had a choice of flaming hot or crunchy, I would go for those before I go for the fries. So they're good. They're not mad. They're not trash. They're good. They're okay. The Andy's cheddar fries. I wanted to put these on there because we talked about the Cheeto fries. I was like, we can't talk about Cheeto fries without talking about the cheddar fries. The cheddar flavoring from these fries is super artificial and disgusting. It's not good. And it's a little bit of a different texture in density from the Cheetos fries to these. These are trash. These are trash to me. I'll never get them. I never get them. So I know they have some spicy ones too that are a little bit better than this. And maybe those I'll put in C as meh. But just the base cheddar fries, it's trash. It's F tier for me. Next up, we got Bugles. Bugles is that one chip that we all know we can put on top of our fingers, do little finger puppets for them. We've all done it. Don't tell me you haven't. I know you have. We've all done it at one point. We put them all on there like olives, and we're like, like we're aliens or something. And they're pretty good. They have like so many different flavors that I didn't know they had. They had cheddar, they had barbecue, they had so many different Bugles that I didn't know about. Bugles is one of those things that are kind of hard to find now. I feel like they were bigger like in the 90s and the early 2000s, and now they're kind of hard to come by. But I think Bugles for what they are okay. I think they're okay. I think I would eat some Bugles, but they're not one of those things that I'm going to go for every single time. I'm going to have to put them in B tier. I'm going to have to put them in B tier. I almost want to put them in a higher tier just because you can put them on your fingers, but I know I shouldn't do that. I got to base it on flavor. I got to base it on flavor alone. I got to be in the zone. Mission. These are the tortilla chips. Mission tortilla chips. They come in like a harder like bag, almost like a paper bag, but I think it is a paper bag. They come in like a paper bag, and they're very fresh. Every time I get Mission chips, They're always super fresh. I think it's because they have the expiration date that are like a sell-by date that's like very, very slim, like a narrow period. So if you don't sell them, they have to get rid of them. So I think that like guarantees freshness. And I think the problem is we have Tostitos coming up, and I have to ask myself, are Mission chips better than Tostitos? I think the answer is no. I think Tostitos are better. I think Tostitos are better. Even though they're fresh, the flavor is not great. It's just a regular tortilla chip. It's not very salty. I don't know. I'm going to have to put this down in there. Now, the Tostitos hint of lime, though, revolutionary. Maybe the best thing since sliced bread. Changed the world as we know it. I think we could end wars with Tostitos hint of lime. I mean that. I do. I think if we all just sat down for a moment, if you were arguing with somebody, and both of you just in that moment had a Tostito hint of lime chip, things would be different. You would see the error of your ways and not argue anymore. These are easily S tier. They're so good. The hint of lime is perfect. Tostitos on themselves, perfect. But the hint of lime, take it to the next level. Now we gotta talk about Tostitos scoops, and I kind of mentioned this earlier. If I'm gonna go for a salsa that I want to dip my chip in, Tostitos scoops is easily that chip. Easily. And I don't think the flavor of them is anywhere near as god tier as the hint of lime, but they're great. And we're gonna have to put them in the very good column for that reason. All right. Lay's sour cream and onion. One of those kind of chips that some people can eat the whole bag of, and some people can just have a couple of them and they get sick and tired of them after that. Try to think about where I sit on that level, because I think I can have a good amount of sour cream and onion to be totally fine. I think I'm going to put them in B tier. I think they're good. Are they one of the best sour cream and onion chips on the market? Probably not. There's probably somebody that does them better. Like if Miss Vicky's has a sour cream and onion that I don't know about, definitely going to be better than Lay's. But Lay's puts in work, and I'm going to put it in B tier. Cape Cod chips. A Cape Cod chip is like, it's got that crunch, it's got the flavor, but for some reason, every time I have one, it's stale. It tastes stale. I don't know why. Like, I feel like if I just got it hot off the press, I'd be like in love with it. But every time I get a bag of Cape Cod, I'm like, why does this kind of taste like it's been sitting around for like a couple years? I don't know. That weird taste for me is I'm going to have to put it down in meh. I don't want to put it in trash because I feel like maybe I just had some bad luck with them. I'm going to put it in meh. I'm not going to go buy it, but if it's there, I'll have a couple. Lay's barbecue. In terms of barbecue chips, I think Lay's may be one of the top 3 in the world. The barbecue flavor is there. Every single chip has the barbecue flavor. There's no lack of love there. And I do love the barbecue flavoring. I do. Especially if I'm like chilling and like having like a burger or something, have a couple barbecue chips to like kind of sweeten the deal. I'm down. I'm going to put this in very good. I don't think it's an S tier chip, but I think it's a very good chip. I think it's done very well. Here we go. We got Lay's salt and vinegar chips here. This is definitely a step down for Miss Vicky's. Definitely. I'm going to say it's trash. I'm sorry. I think some of these other brands out there that are like deli brands that like have like specialty chips that don't like do like the big bags and like have more passion in their product, I will do salt and vinegar better than Lay's can. It's not a bad chip. It's a bad chip to me, but to somebody else, they're gonna love it. So again, gotta keep in mind, this is my ranking. For me, it's trash. For somebody else, it's amazing. Yeah. Popcorners. I didn't know if I was gonna submit popcorners on this list or not because they're popcorn, but they're in the shape of a chip, and they have that consistency. But I think I had to put them on here because they're so good, man. They're so good. I feel like I'm eating air. They're just so light, so pleasant. The flavor is always good. They got kettle corn, they got sea salt, and they got the white cheddar. They may have other ones too. Maybe there's a barbecue one, but those are the 3 that I know about, and they're all good. If I buy a variety pack of those, I'll eat all of them. I'll eat all of them at some point or another. I'll make my way through them. They're good. I gotta put these in very good. There's a niche. It's a niche for sure, but it's a good niche, and they do them well. They're very, very good. Deep River. Deep River. This is like one I see like in like convenience stores a lot, and it's very similar to kettle cooked, but it's a little bit different. It's got the crunch, And I'm trying to ask myself, are they as fresh tasting as Kettle is? I think the answer is yes. But now I'm like almost like comparing them. It's like a battle in my brain right now. Is Deep River better than Kettle? Or any other chip out there that is Kettle cooked? I think they are, but I don't think it's better than Kettle. I think Kettle is the OG. I think Deep River is slightly a little bit below. I would get Deep River. I would house them. I'd eat the whole bag. But if there was Kettle nearby, it would be a second thought. I wouldn't go for it. We got Middlesworth chips. This is a chip brand that somebody asked in my Discord for me to put on this list. And I've had Middlesworth chips only a couple times, but I have had them. And I think they're going to be meh. They're nothing to write home about. And I don't think they compete with anything up here. I think they're good. They're not priced bad either. But I think this is a different type of chip, and it can't be in the same caliber as these. It's a little bit crappier in my opinion, so I'm gonna have to put it in C. I gotta do it. All right. This next one, really, I honestly asked myself about this question before I got here. When I started this video, I was like, what am I gonna do when I get to Lay's baked chips? Because it's different, and do I like it better? This is gonna shock a lot of people, I guarantee it. Because so many people don't like these chips. But I'm doing it. It's S. It's above Lay's Original. They're better than Lay's Original. The taste is there. The salt is there. The texture is there. And I love the bake consistency. I love it. I love it so much. I think this is where Lay's really shines in these chips. They have all these flavors out there. They're all good in some way, shape, or form. But baked chips are different. And they hit every single time. There's never a time that I have a baked Lay's potato chip that I don't want another one, and another one, and another one. I just keep going. I can't help myself. They're so good. I love baked Lay's potato chips. All right, we're going to get down to Takis. I don't know which one I want to do first. Do I want to do the red or do I want to do the blue? I'll do the blue first. The blue Takis aren't even that hot. They're not. They're not that spicy. And the flavor's kind of weird. But Takis themselves are good. I'm putting these in trash. And I'm going to put the red ones up in good. Or I'm going to put them up in very good. Takis are great. Takis are phenomenal. But the blue one isn't it. I've only ever had the red and the blue. The blue really turned me off, though. I was like, this doesn't taste right. And it doesn't have the spice I was looking for in Takis. So I never had them again after I had them like once or twice. I remember I had it a second time because I thought maybe something was wrong with the first bag. It wasn't. And the second bag was exactly the same. So I always go with red. If I have Takis, I'm going red. Next, we got Zapp's Voodoo Chips. It's a very interesting seasoning on potato chips. And it's one that, again, that you're going to like it or hate it. I think they're very popular if I like down like southwestern United States, if I'm not mistaken. You can let me know if I'm wrong, but I think they're pretty popular down in Southwestern. And they have a very interesting seasoning that I'm definitely about. I like it. I like it a lot. But it's one of those things, again, where I think there's other chips out there that do it better. Not necessarily with the seasoning, but with the quality of the chip itself. Like, if I took a Zapp's chip and I took all the seasoning off, the chip would be pretty underwhelming. It's the seasoning that puts it above and beyond. And I think for that reason, I'm going to put it in okay. It's one of those that I will definitely enjoy, but it's not my go-to any means. And this is it, friends. This is it. We only have a couple down here in trash here. Only a couple. Couples, we have a lot of very goods. There's a lot of very good chips out there. But there's only a couple champions. Hers, Joe Chips, Kettle, Miss Vicky's, Pizza Pringles, Ruffles, Cheddar, Fritos, Doritos, Cool Ranch, Sunny Chips, Sun Chips, Harvest Cheddar, Flaming Hot Cheetos, Tostitos Hint of Lime, and Lay's Baked, my number ones, my top tiers, the kings of chips for me. Feel free to let me know what you think in the comments of this ranking list. Is there any of them that I should have given a better rating or a worse rating? Let me know your opinions. I would love to hear them. Of course, like I said earlier, these are all my personal opinions, so if you don't disagree with them, don't come at me too hard. It's just, this is what I like to eat and what I don't like to eat. But I know I get this question a lot about what my favorite potato chips are. Since my name is the Bro Tater Chips, I wanted to be able to do this definitive list. That way I can always refer back to it. And I'm going to, like I said before, I'm going to include the link to this tier maker inside of my description of the video. So if you want to take it yourself, feel free to do so. And when you do, make sure you join the Discord and post a picture of your end result in there so we can all see together. Thank you guys for watching. There's going to be more episodes of Tater Talks to come. Tater Talks is a little bit of a podcast I have for me and my community and all the other wonderful Tater Tots out there around the world. Always keeping it spooky, always keeping it starchy, because we're the Tater Tots. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.